Hi, welcome to Mooretown Branch of the Shreve Memorial Library. Hola, bienvenido a Mooretown de la Librería Shreve Memorial Library. Today we're celebrating National Italian American Heritage Month, and we are going to read a book. This book is titled Lydia's Christmas Kitchen, Nonna Tell Me a Story by Lydia Bastianich, and it was illustrated by Laura Logan. Let's take a look inside. One, two, three, four, five. Nonni Lydia counted. Olivia, Lorenzo, Miles, Ethan, and Julia. The gang's all here. A voice said, "Aren't you forgetting someone?" It was Nonna Mima, great-grandmother Herminia, joking as she joined the group. "Mama," Nonni Lydia said, "I could never forget you." Even the doggy's having fun. "Don't forget Lucia either," Julia said with a giggle, as she held up her doll. "And Miss Lucia, of course," Nonni Lydia added. "What are we going to do today, Nonni?" Miles said. "Well," Nonni Lydia said, "while your parents are out Christmas shopping, I thought maybe we could make some cookies and decorate my tree. I just got it a few days ago. Come see." In the living room, Lorenzo looked at the tree over carefully. "You picked a good one, Nonni," he said. "Wait, we'll have to do an extra special job decorating it." "I think you're right, Lorenzo," Nonni Lydia said. "You know, when I was a girl, we didn't have a big tree like this from a store. No, just a small juniper bush from the wood." "How did you fit all your presents under a little bush?" Ethan asked. "We didn't have so many presents then," Nonni Lydia said. "Just small things, fruits, nuts, sweets. Christmas was more about being together. That was what mattered most." "Tell us the story of Christmases when you were a little girl, Nonni," Olivia said. "Yes, tell us," all the children chimed in. "Well," Nonni Lydia began, "we always spent Christmas at my grandparents' home. It was my favorite place, a magical place. Their town had only 30 houses along one road. My grandparents' house was set around a courtyard, and that courtyard was a whole world in itself." Can you see? There's a wishing well. At one end, near the pine trees, there was Nonna Rosa's smokehouse with its blackened walls. She prepared food out there. Delicious sausages, ham, and bacon. Garlic, onions, and great bouquets of fragrant bay leaves were hung on the wall to dry. Nonna Rosa even cooked for the pigs there too. Potato peels, pumpkins, table scraps, nothing went to waste. Ooh, he's wondering what he's gonna have for dinner. "There were pigs?" Miles asked. "Oh yes," Nonni Lydia said, "and chickens and goats and rabbits and geese too." Can you see all the little rabbits? Can you count them? 1, 2, 3 rabbits. 1, 2 geese. Yay! The rabbits were my favorite. I used to love playing with the baby bunnies. They were so soft and fuzzy. But the geese were loud and always poking at me with their beaks. I liked them best roasted for Christmas dinner. "But what about Christmas?" Ethan said. "Right," Nonni Lydia said. "Back to the story. Before each Christmas, while we played in the woods, my brother Franco and I would scout out the best juniper bush for our Christmas tree. Usually just a little seedling. We'd tell our grandfather and he would go back and get the exact one. I can still see the juniper branches, full of deep green needles with small frosty blueberries, and the smell, like a pine tree, but better, sweet and spicy and fresh. We always put the tree in the kitchen and covered the bottom with fresh moss that Franco and I would gather outside. The warmth from the kitchen fire would spread the smell of juniper all through the house. Sometimes it mixed with the smell of orange peels that Nonna Rosa left drying on the stove to make tea later. "What did you put on your tree, Nonni?" Julia asked. "Ah, that was the best part," Nonni Lydia said. "We were very creative. We made decorations ourselves, and even better, most of them were edible. There were cookies made from pinoli, pine nuts. Franco and I would gather the pine cones ourselves. The tiny nuts were just inside. You see them? Those are those little ones over there. We'd also make little wreaths from dried figs and bay leaves, stringing them one by one. And we'd tie fresh fruit to the tree, delicious tangerines, small apples, and sickle pears, all with the stem still on. I can tell these are figs, and these are little pears. We didn't have fancy colored lights back then, Nonni Lydia said. We put tiny candies all over the tree. They came in shiny wrappers of different colors that shone like little gems among the branches. "Didn't you want to eat all that candy?" Ethan asked. "Well," Nonna Lydia said, "maybe we did sneak a piece or two, or three." She laughed. Franco and I would sneak the candies off the tree and eat them. But we were very clever. To make sure no one would notice, we'd wrap a small pebble in the colorful wrappers and put them back on the tree. We got to eat our candies, and the tree still looked as pretty as ever. Cheeky, cheeky. With the cookies and candies and fruits and wreaths, our tree was truly something to see and smell, and best of all, taste. Speaking of Christmas trees, Nonni Lydia said, "I think it's time we decorate this one. What do you say?" Nonni Lydia, Nonni Mima, and the children began opening the boxes of ornaments. There were glass balls and glittery snowflakes and colored lights. The store-bought decorations were pretty, but something didn't feel quite right. "These ornaments don't feel special enough," said Lorenzo. "Yeah," said Ethan, "these are boring." "We could put tangerines on the tree," suggested Miles. "And little fig wreaths," said Olivia. "And cookies," Julia squealed. "Lucia loves cookies." In no time, everyone got to work. Olivia and Lorenzo found figs and bay leaves to make wreaths. Ethan grabbed tangerines from the fruit bowl, while Miles found some ribbons. Nonna Mima helped Julia measure the flour for the cookies. And Nonni Lydia, she watched it all with a big, happy smile. Soon the whole house was filled with delicious smells. There were cookies baking and nuts roasting. The scent of cinnamon, orange, and nutmeg danced through the air. Nonni Lydia closed her eyes. She said, "Now that smells like Christmas." While everyone was still busy working, Lorenzo pulled Nonni Lydia to the side. Nonny, he whispered, do you think you'll ever have a Christmas as special as the ones you had as a little girl? Nonni Lydia looked around the kitchen, then gave Lorenzo a wink. You know what? She said, I think I just might. That year, the whole family agreed Nonni Lydia's tree was the best ever, and everyone had an extra special new old-fashioned Christmas, especially Nonni Lydia. See them all sitting around the tree and eating the candies. And that is the end. What's really cool about this book is it has recipes in the back for cookies and fruit tea and ribbon cookies that you can make with your parents. The end. Well, thank you so much for listening to the story with me. Adios.